Hi there, my name's Lee Kennedy. Welcome to my channel, The Safety Entrepreneur. I'm just going to talk very briefly about two main questions that decision makers in businesses ask me when I come along initially to speak to them about implementing and helping them with their health and safety in their motor trade businesses. When I first go along for the meeting, there are two main areas that customers really want to nail down. Now, I understand the first one is price, because in any sort of transaction, when it's business to business, we do need to think about the bottom line. We do need to think about how much it's going to cost. The other thing that decision makers, when I go to see them, are interested in is, are they going to be covered? I think that question really is important at that stage, because we haven't built up the rapport or any trust. But having been to a safety meeting at a customer that I've been dealing with for about the last 3 to 6 months, what was interesting to see is that they were initially impressed with the extra work that they actually have to do in regards to keeping all the health and safety tight. Because the previous consultant who worked with them done so much for them that they really didn't touch anything to do with their health and safety. Now, some people might say, well, that's great because we don't want to deal with it. But the fact is, you still have to know about the mechanics as a business owner or an operator or even a manager on how safety works. Because if that health and safety consultant isn't there when the HSE come to visit, then you're going to be left there with an inspector who is going to be asking questions that you don't know the answers to. So our systems are in place to assist and to help businesses with their health and safety and still involving them so that they understand the mechanics without having to get involved in the detail. So I think that's an important parallel to make between somebody that does far too much for a business and somebody that gives you the tools in order to run that business safely. The other thing that I want to talk about is, I think a better question than asking, are we going to be protected from a business owner or from a decision maker within a motor trade business? I think the really important question we need to be asking is, what are we doing to reduce the risk of loss? Now, I think in any business, the most important thing about a business, especially in the motor trade where it's a very traditional sales environment, is people. You need people to sell vehicles, you need people to repair vehicles, and you need people to clean vehicles, etc. It's really important that we look after our teams in those businesses. So what we don't want to do is lose a member of that team to accident, injury, or in the worst case scenario, death. So for me, the reason that I got involved in health and safety, as we know, is because I suffered a loss. I lost most of the use of my left eye due to an accident at work. I'm really passionate about making sure that nobody else has to suffer that loss. As a business owner, it would be terrible for you to have that on your conscience, and for the person that the injury happens to, it's going to be even worse. And there's no saying that as the business owner, operator, if it's a smaller business where you're actually involved in the day-to-day workings of the workshop or the work environment, that could be you. You could be that person that's injured. So it doesn't matter whether you're a CEO or a chairman of a large multi-site motor trade business that's got body shops and dealerships and workshops all over the UK, or whether you're a small family business that's got 5 members in its team. The question that I ask a lot of managers who deal with the safety on a day-to-day basis is, would you let your kid work in this workshop environment or this body shop environment? And that's an interesting question to ask, because my son Vinny, he comes and sits in with me in my office. It's a low risk environment. He's got his tablet or his iPad, and he's watching something on there, or he's talking to me, or he's asking me questions, and I have no qualms about him being there because I know it's entirely safe for him. Now, I understand that an office is very different from a body shop or a workshop, but it's still really important, because if you're not confident in allowing your son or daughter to work in your business because you think it might not be safe enough, then why should anybody else's son or daughter work in your business? And it's only when you can answer that question that you know that you've got a business that is safe enough. And that's what we provide for all of our customers. Not just to tick boxes and to make sure that the HSE are happy, and just basically to deliver a service. We do it because we're passionate about making sure that people go to work and come home every day, and hopefully they would have gained something, as in they would have gained the experience of working in a safe environment. They would have got extra money in their pocket, and they'll be working for a company that cares about them as people. Okay, that's a wrap for today. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching.